There is no antidote. 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 There is no antidote.
You're muted, Brandy. You muted yourself.
Whoops. Hi, guys. Hello, peculiars. I'm like a beacon of light because I can't get the curtains to completely close. So just imagine that I'm coming to you from the ethereal zone. I am here today, and Davey's here too. But guess what? Davey was on a sailboat. Davey, where are you?
I am also a beacon light, but that's because I am in Acadia National Park. I'm up in Maine again, our annual summer trip. So I decided to give you this. I could have turned and like actually properly lit myself, but I was like, no. I need to show you Seal Cove, Maine.
Yes.
So there's Seal Cove, where yes, I was just out on a sailboat. Literally, that's why you get the sailing Davey look. This is casual sailing. This is Davey who's been at the beach all day and then got ice cream and then was on a sailboat.
It's a good life. It's a good life. You know, Sadie said ahoy from Atlanta, and I feel like ahoy is particularly correct for you today.
On a boat too, yeah.
Skeptibrarian is here. We have Jennifer's here from Minneapolis. And so she loves Acadia too, Sharon says. And let's see who else we got. Lorelei is here, also from Minneapolis. And if you're here, give us a shout. We are really excited about today's show because I love brain stuff. Like, brain is too cool, and we have somebody here. More people saying "Yay, Maine!"
Right, Laura.
Heading there tomorrow. Go, Laura!
Oh, fun! We'll pass you on the highway. I know.
Bye. But today's show is all about Sadie Dingfelder's book "Do I Know You," which I thought was fabulous. And so, without further ado, welcome, Sadie. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Hello.
That was your ink explosion. We like to do that for our incoming. The squid is our mascot.
Squids are amazing.
So welcome. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I am this is not my home. This is a backdrop because this is a white wall.
Oh.
But I'm in beautiful West Virginia. And I'm seeing fireflies coming out right now. I love fireflies.
That's great. That's great. Is it darker where you are? Because I'm in Cleveland and it's still light here.
You know what? I mean, maybe it's the mountains or the shadows from the trees. I have no idea.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because it's not quite dark enough for fireflies. I love fireflies, and my chickens also love fireflies. So if I let them out too late, then you see a firefly and then it disappears.
Chickens hunt fireflies.
They eat them. Oh my gosh.
I don't think they mean to. It's just if it moves, my chickens are like food. So, they go after anything. And it's really funny to have them. They'll chase moths and stuff. And you'll just see this like bounding dinosaur chicken things running across the yard after little critters. But so I have to say, I loved this book. I reviewed it for the Wall Street Journal. But one of the things that struck me, first of all, I loved your personal stories about it, but also just memory is weird, right? Memory is super, super weird.
It is so weird. And it's just like part of our lives that we take for granted. So, and you just assume everyone else has the same system that you do because we all are humans. I mean, people assume that our animals have the same system that we do, and they definitely don't.
Right. No, definitely not. But also, I mean, I'm autistic. Everyone knows that they watch this show. And two, I didn't grow up thinking I didn't immediately go, I'm the weird one. Like, I just assumed other people did the same thing. And then, you know how it is. You kind of got confirmation bias. You end up with friends who are like you, and you're like, see?
Yeah. Well, and also we don't have a rich language for talking about our inner experience or our mental machinations because it's almost like a self-reinforcing problem. You know, it's really hard to pin down. So when people would say, oh, I remember XYZ, I didn't realize how different their experience was and how they are actually like seeing imagery from their past. Wild.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Honestly, I like kind of still don't believe it, but I do. But you know, at the brainstem level, I don't believe it, but in my cortex, I'm on top of it.
Okay. Well, okay. So here's a question I had, and you explain it really well in the book, but I feel like it's worth saying again. For you can see an image. You look at a picture, and you're like, yes, I was there. It's not that you don't recognize it. It's not like you look at it and go, yeah, we were there. You know, or I recognize that, my house or something like that, right?
Well, you know what? It turns out this is not true for all people who are face blind. I mean, I actually kind of believe that everyone is their own sort of salad of neurodiversities.
Preach, girl.
So I don't want to say that like, I'm typical in any way, but for me, you could definitely take my family, like my old photos, and change out the background, and I would not notice. You can. My husband can walk up to any car. He has a big white honker of a thing, like not a sedan, but like kind of like a minivan. But he could walk up to like a red sedan. And I mean, I'm not really paying attention, but I also don't really hold on to that information at all.
You know, we need,
okay.
you know those glasses when you were in high school that showed you what it was like to be drunk. We need Sadie glasses.
We need Sadie glasses.
Yeah.
Sadie glasses.
Yeah. I'm just such a generalizer that like a car is a car is a car, you know, and a coffee shop is a coffee shop. Like I don't know the names of any of these places. And it's hard for me. Like when we lived in DC, I would say, oh, let's go to lot 49, which is not even a place. It's like, it's just a restaurant with a number. And I didn't remember what it was. It was lot something. Anyway, I would just make up a new number every time.
Oh, you were to come with that. I think that's kind of funny. Well, so Lorelai said salad of neurodiversities is the best descriptor. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I also want to say Susan Ballinger is here. I saw her say hello somewhere and then I've lost her again. And Kat Richardson is here too. She's coming in from Toronto. Kat is our drinks maven. So later
great.
we will.
My kitten is visiting. Oh, she's
Your
not going
kitten
to
is
visit
visiting.
long.
Oh, look.
No.
Oh, she was here
left.
and gone.
Yeah, that's how kittens do it. Really
Calico?
About 1 year old now. Yeah, we found her in the forest. Calico. Oh my God. Yesterday, she decided to make friends with a copperhead snake.
Oh.
Yeah. And I thought
that's not good.
Lesson, so I let her out again today, which was questionable. And she started batting at the same snake.
Oh, no. She found the snake again?
Yeah, she found the snake again. I mean, he didn't move very far. He looked like he'd just eaten something big, and so he probably can't move that far right now.
Digesting and digesting. We've all been there.
Yeah. It's like
he's like, stupid cat.
But I hear him like rattling like his tongue, his face, so they make a sound, and I'm like, what? Oh my God, kitten, what are you doing? You're so dumb.
No, that's not good.
We just went through that with our last book, Night Faring, right? Where she was talking about she's from the desert. She grew up in New Mexico desert, so she had to deal with some very scary snakes out there.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, they're more poisonous in the desert or venomous for some reason in the desert. I don't know why. Maybe they're just dehydrated.
It's concentrated.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I only had one experience with a copperhead, and this is me I'm telling you this and I'm envisioning it too, which is interesting. But I found a copperhead snake when I was very small, and apparently I was shouting help, and I do kind of remember shouting help, but I was also killing the snake. So by the time they got there, I had beat it to death.
Oh,
I know, and I would never do that now because I love snake. I love snakes.
Oh, okay, great.
But I was very frightened as a child, and so my grandfather was like, "You didn't really need help. Like, did we hear the snake? Was the snake shouting for help? Like, help! Brandy's got me." But yeah.
Do you guys know how snakes like shaped the primate brain?
No.
Okay, it's so crazy how much we have been formed by snakes, because for 100 million years, the little vole-like early mammals, I'm sorry, if the early primates and the trees were snakes were their biggest problem, but not necessarily their biggest predator, but their most cognitively challenging predator, because they could really camouflage in with the branches. and they could stay still for days. Like, how do you recognize it? And so basically our brain developed a whole, not like a new area, but an area that got greatly enlarged.
Snake area.
Yeah, the snake area. It's I want to call it the, like, it starts with a P, but I can't remember. It's part of your thalamus.
Is it the pss?
and this area allows us to take information from different parts of the brain and put it together, because when you had to recognize a snake, you were like, okay, there's like a patch of scales there, and there's a suspicious curve there. And
is this how we came up with dragons? Is this why we all have dragons in every culture? And we're all like big snake.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, I bet that is what a dragon is essentially. Like, it's the most terrifying snake because it's from our like evolutionary past. We were littler and the snakes were really big in those jungles.
That's crazy. You're right. Yeah. Because if you were a vole or something, right, that's a dragon.
Yeah, that's a dragon.
That's not just a little wiggler. That's like a whole mountain of animal. Okay, that was awesome. I know that's not in your book, but that was amazing. This is what you get when you come on our show, you guys. You don't just get the book. You get all this extra stuff. Speaking of which, I should probably do announcements before we start jumping into questions.
The pulvinar.
Pulvinar. Thank you for looking it up.
It literally sounds like pulverizer. Like, that's...
Yeah. Located in the thalamus alongside the threat processing center known as the amygdala.
The threat processing center sounds right. Pulvinar sounds like Demolition Man or something. Like, you came up with, that's just a movie title.
It sort of like works like a conference table where like it decides which parts of your brain need to like get looped in together and which parts to turn down.
A conference table. So it's very interesting. I always thought I was quite good at metaphors because I have a very visual mind. You don't have a visual mind, but damn, are you good at metaphors? Like, this is quite interesting to me. I'm loving this.
Well, ChatGPT has shown us that you can do a lot with language. you don't have to really understand anything.
That's a good explanation of ChatGPT. All right, we'll do announcements, and then I have Skeptabrain has a question queued up. Guys, queue up your questions about memory and brains and the snake part of your brain, maybe also. But first, some announcements. So, first site is always meet us on social because we're kind of everywhere. Our primary locations, we have 10,000 members on Facebook, and we've got a very robust Facebook group, which is private, which means everybody can post to it. You don't always, but I love it when you do. So please do share things with us. We have a fairly active Blue Sky page, and of course our YouTube channel, which we want you to like and subscribe to. And that's where you're watching us right now, unless you are listening to us on a podcast, in which case you are also welcome. But if you want to see the stop motion, you do have to go to YouTube. Secondly, newsletter. So join for links. The subscribe at subscribepage. Is that IO or 10? I never know. IO /peculiar BC. And that is the best place really for you. Let's say, you've just had one of those days and you're like, I never want to see social media ever again. That's okay. We can send it to your email, and this is how you get it. And I also usually write interesting or amusing things in them, so that it gives you an extra special reason to take note.
And for all you podcast listeners, I did put all these links in the show notes for you.
Yay. PayHip, yes. So it's the only way that we make any money. And actually, we don't make any money. We make negative money. But if you wanted to help us make less negative money or more negative money, I'm not quite sure how you.
Less negative money.
Less negative money. Yeah. You could join as a VIP for as little as $5, and you get all our VIP shows. Now, we had 2 of them already. Our next one is actually the big Halloween party. And then at the end of the year, we are doing a live mystery party in which some of our authors will come back as potential suspects.
Oh, fun.
I've been needling Mary Roach. Mary Roach I might almost have her convinced to come back to be somebody we can interview. So we'll see.
The VIP events have been really fun. Yeah,
you
got to get on the next one.
Yeah, like we broke the internet one day. It was really great. We did that. We broke the internet with Buckaroo Banzai, which is exactly the right tool for breaking the internet. Book cocktail. So the one that won was Mnemonic Lemonade. I was a fan of the oubliette one, but it's lemonade, and if you are drinking with the alcohols, tequila at triple sec, dash of orange bitter, and the oregano leaves with simple syrup and the garnish of the white rim. Kat comes up with these cocktails. They are they're original, and she also does the photography. I just want to point out. So this is not AI, folks. That is Kat spending hours making drinks. And it looks really pretty. And the oregano, as she pointed out in an email, said the oregano looks like it's having a spa day. He's got little hands and he's just chilling.
I
Yeah,
love
he
this.
does.
She put this in the comments on Facebook. I've never noticed if she's put other comments before, but she said, "Did you know that both oregano and tequila have a relationship to memory? Oregano has compounds in it that have been used in herbal medicine to promote memory, and obviously tequila makes you forget." So
Yeah.
So it's the reason you can't remember that Cinco de Mayo, right?
Yeah.
And
All
we
right.
have new shows, new podcast episodes.
Yes. So Peculiar Movie Club. I finally figured out what we're doing for May.
Oh.
So we just recorded our April episode, which was Princess Mononoke, our first anime, and it was really cool and really fun. And a lot of you have already listened to it, but if you haven't yet, that is available and live on the podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. For May, for Nightfaring. For Custodians of Wonder. For May, for Custodians of Wonder. I spent a long time thinking about this and researching this, and I realized the real theme of that book was about passing things down within your family and family traditions being carried on by their sons. And how many of the elderly people in those books that she interviewed or that he interviewed were hoping their kids would take over the family business, right? And so I finally locked onto the perfect movie.
I can't believe you did this.
The Godfather. The Godfather is going to be our main movie. So
I look forward to telling him this.
It's like, yes, making soy sauce and running the mafia are, apples and oranges, but
maybe they're not, though.
The next generation. Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
So
I don't know. There's a whole racketeering
story
going on behind that the soy sauce thing going on there.
And then Sadie, for your book, the TV show Brilliant Minds. When I Googled it, and I'm sorry, give us the technical term for face blindness one more time.
Prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. The main character in Brilliant Minds has prosopagnosia. So I've never watched the show before. I remember.
I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts on Brilliant Minds, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone.
Well, so we'll use it in the podcast. Just is it a good representation? Is it a bad representation?
Okay, so this is a show that came out of the gate trying to be incredibly ambitious, and they were trying to actually show, like Oliver Sacks did, the inner experience of people with abnormal experiences. And so doing that visually is a real challenge. And so usually with prosopagnosia, with face blindness, the common trope you see is sort of like blurry faces. But and that just confuses people. It makes a lot of people who are face blind think they're not face blind, because they're like, well, I can see faces, they're just as sharp, they're clear. The problem is I can't remember them.
Yeah,
great. And so so I was really excited when the first episode of Brilliant Minds actually did something different, and they showed the main character who has prosopagnosia zooming in on the different pieces of a person's face, which is actually, I don't know if they looked up the science, but that is hand in hand with the real science, that we see faces as like a collection of features more than a gestalt whole. And if a normal person, or at least a face-seeing person, could beam into my brain, I think that is a closer experience. I think that's what you might notice as super weird first, or that wouldn't be the first thing you would notice, but that would be a thing.
Laura Nunn says there's almost no discussion of face blindness in season 2.
They drop it.
They're like, this was too hard.
How many seasons were there? I didn't even look to see. So
it's just 2. They just got canceled for sure, and they went full Grey's Anatomy, or not even Grey's Anatomy. Everyone's doctors having sex in closets. They went. It got very sexy.
Ratings.
Okay, so we'll pick a 3-episode arc in season 1 or something like that, and that's what we'll do.
The first episode is really mawkish, and there's a terminology for when you say ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Do you know that term?
Yeah.
There's a term for it. Anyway, there's at least 3 examples in the first episode. So the writing is a little heavy-handed. When it's good.
We can do the pilot, a middle episode, and then the finale of season 1.
That sounds great.
All right.
Great.
We'll let you know.
Randy Trent has made it. Thank you, Randy, for being here. He's made it home. He's with us. Randy, this is Sadie Dingfelder. We look forward to your questions tonight. I think that it's really interesting that you said zooms in on, because being autistic, The Framed Women of Ardmore House has been turned into a screenplay, and they're trying to shop it to various places. My production company, not mine. It's not my production company. The production company is trying to shop it in various places, but they were trying to represent what it was like in my descriptions of the autistic main character and what it's like to be her inside her head. And they were trying to like come up with, as they put it, it was like now I can't remember the term. It's like this campy sort of, device that would show the viewer what it was like. And they kept coming up with these things that were, I was like, no, that's not right. And somehow they just got worse from there. So I do some film editing. And so I ended up editing together a short film myself, and sending it to them and being like, actually, it's more like this. And so that is what they're shopping around to these producers right now, which is hilarious to me, that like, I'm just this random person trying to show them what the inside of my brain is like. But they kept they were like, well, maybe it's, if you zoom in, because I was explaining how word association happens in my brain, right? If I hear a word and I'm like, oh, the example I have given you guys before is that I remember the capital of Vermont because caterpillars don't ride bicycles, and that is not useful to most people, but it works in my head because of the way my brain associates all those words. And then trying to show that in text is one thing, like when I can write it out, but then trying to have a visual aid that does that is really, really hard. So I'm fascinated. So it's like, so you see faces, but when you look back in your memory, are there just not faces, or is there just the same face over and over again, but you don't know which one? You're like, eh.
That's a whole nother dimension of my specific neurodiversity cluster, my neurodiversity salad, because it turns out that I don't look back in my memory the way that most people do. I have no visual memory that is consciously experienced in any way. So,
and that's different from most prosopagnosia.
Yeah, that is like sort of aphantasia and something called SDAM, and they do go hand in hand. I mean, they're a lot more common among people who are face blind than in the general population. So I have fellow sisters and brothers in amnesia. But yeah, so some people who have normal memories but are face blind, I've seen people say, when I try to picture my mother, like the face is like, I can't get it. Or like people in dreams don't have individual faces. And so, yeah, that is like what it's like for some people. But I think the best way to really experience like what it's like to be face blind is to turn faces upside down. So if you,
I read that.
Yeah. Cause if you just like look at a celebrity, like, you can see the features don't come together in the same way. There's just not that gestalt. And it's like, it's a subtle difference, but it's a real difference. And if you don't, that's the perceptual side of it.
Whoa.
And so
Davy is upside down.
Yeah. And you look like it's completely different. Who is that? I don't even know.
I used to get really freaked out. When they would paint eyes on your chin, and turn your face upside down and have them talk like that. They used to scare the crap out of me as a child. Maybe that's why. It's just too weird.
Early pandemic.
My laptop here, I'm not hooked up to any wires, so I'd go for it.
Early in the pandemic, when I was trying to like have a relationship with my nieces and nephews, I would do that. I would hang upside down off a bed and put little googly eyes on my chin and be upside down person.
That's
they were not impressed enough for that.
They were not
amount of effort. Yeah. But I entertained myself.
We said, so Sadie said, I'd like to introduce everybody to a new peculiar, Abby.
Oh,
who
Abby.
Went to college with Sadie. Abby is here too. Hi, Abby. Welcome,
Hi,
Abby. Everybody's saying hi to Abby now. And also, Susan said the BBC show Patience is a good example of handling an autistic character. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, yeah.
I have.
The Apothecary Diaries also, I think, are really interesting because they capture something I haven't seen anyone else capture, which is maybe more specific to my experience. But one of the main characters is face blind, but he because he can't remember faces, he kind of just treats most humans like non-player characters. So they show up as like chess pieces or Go pieces. And they're just like sort of their role, like the people are their role. And that is honestly, I mean, it's embarrassing to say this because we should all be treating everyone like unique, amazing individuals, but it takes me 100 times to get someone's face into my head. And then that's when I start building their portfolio of information. Like, so the first like several times you meet me, I'm just like, you're a person in my yoga class. Like you have no other meaning.
Right. Well, but I get that though. I mean, I have a good memory, but I am very one track minded, right? So like, I don't see people. I get accused of being rude all the time because I'm like, I'm going to the store and I'm getting this coffee and I'm gonna, like, and that's what I'm doing, and nothing else exists. Like I just don't see anything else. It's not that I can't see it. I just
attention.
don't see it.
Actually, it's your thalamus, and what is that thing called again?
Oh yeah, what is that thing?
Pulvinar.
Your pulvinar is very focused. Like that's who decides what your attention is, and it's like we don't need to be paying attention to our periphery right now.
Right. Yeah, and I do that a lot. I like an astonishing amount.
I like it right now, Brandy. You have a light side and a dark side.
This is so true of me in so many ways. Come to the dark side.
So, Sadie, in the book, you describe times when like your like close friends would sit next to you on the bus, and like, or you didn't recognize your brother one time or something, right? And
these are great. I mean, I have a lot of stories. Yeah, that happened.
Do these people, do they tap you on the shoulder and go, Sadie? Or do they really feel so slighted that you didn't recognize them that they don't say anything to you?
I mean, I am sure that many, many times, like not a day, but like at least once a day when I was in the city, I would like snub someone by accident, and they would probably take it as intentional and not necessarily, and I didn't realize that until, I mean, after I wrote my faceblindness article, I went out to lunch with my editor at the Post, and he was like, and then like, so we were just walking out of the Post building, and he's like, that like shortish man was trying to get your attention. And I looked, and it was my boss, and I was like, oh my God, like, why didn't you tell me earlier? Like, I just completely ignored my boss, but at least I just had a new article coming out explaining why, I guess.
Well, yeah. I had a lot of people not believe that I was autistic because they were like, because my coping strategies are so good.
Yeah.
So when you have coping strategies, people are like,
Yeah.
I have a question I want. Sorry, I've been ignoring here. Skeptibrarian Sharon,
she
said, I'm location blind. I'm getting ready to move to another state, and the only reason I can do it is because we now have GPS all the time. Do you have location difficulties?
Oh boy, do I have location difficulties. There is a woman at University of Toronto that is basing her entire master's thesis on me getting lost on like in my brother's 2-bedroom house. Like, or, it's amazing. Every time I come upstairs, I don't know which direction this room is. Like, I don't know which rooms to expect where,
and that's like a horror movie. I love this.
Yeah. It's like
it's just a horror movie every time. Like,
right. Yeah. And especially because sometimes when my brother, so like we were babysitting for like a whole week, and my brother has 3 kids, so high difficulty level. One of them's like a baby and was asleep. And I go upstairs and I need to like check on, like the doors are closed, and if I open the wrong one, I might wake a baby up. So it was high stakes, and I guessed wrong. I woke up a baby, and it was a real problem.
No, Davey understands this very well.
I understand. Yeah. Although with the Kenobi barking in our house, our kids can sleep through anything. I've been shocked when I just walk through the house. And
so she also asked another question, except I don't know what this is. So do face-blind individuals see what?
Okay, yeah, face pareidolia or pareidolia.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. So that's like when you see faces where there's not faces. So if you look at the front of a car, if you see a face there, or if you see a face in the moon, or a face in an electrical outlet, or know those roasted red peppers people slice in half and they look like they're screaming, like that's a whole thing, and that's your brain seeing faces where there are not faces. And
right.
And so since people, face-blind people generally do have face pareidolia because the face identification, the part of your brain that decides that you're seeing a face, that categorizes the face, is nowhere near the part of your brain that like links your face to the person that you are, the like biographical information. And interestingly though, your location sort of identifier is right next to your face area, and it is very common for people to have both place blindness and face blindness.
Okay. I just want to say that I have to pull this up again. Sureka said, "Oh my God, a horror movie with kids in it," and I get that. So interesting, says Skeptibrarian.
Yeah,
it the part of getting lost in your brother's house kind of makes sense when you say that you can't visualize, like the visual memory. Because like I'm thinking about driving up here to Maine, I don't know the names of the roads, but I know what everything looks like. I know exactly which gas station to turn at. You know, like I picture the drive up here more than I know the road names.
Yeah.
So I can see if you can't picture what the upstairs of that house looks like, every time it's a new adventure for you.
Well, and you know, it's interesting because like I write fiction and I do world building. Now, it is true that I often will use places that exist and then I change them, right? So one of mine is set in a North Yorkshire town that doesn't exist, but I've been to North Yorkshire towns. It's not that I don't know what they look like. But I'm also working on a fantasy novel right now, and ain't none of that shit exists. So I actually have to like, you know, I have to think about what's in this room. And I know some people will do this by actually finding photos and making collages. So they have a thing to look at so they can describe it. But usually I just kind of like get it in my head, or I'll draw a picture of it or something. So I would be really handicapped, I think, if I couldn't visualize it, you know?
Yeah. But you know, it's if you had always been not able to visualize, you probably would have found a way to do it.
That's true. Like the people who make the collages, or, you know, who sort of build the room.
Yeah. Make it like externally.
Yeah. Sadie says, is it gendered categorically?
Oh, face blindness? Is that the question? Or
actually, I'm not sure.
Life in general. Life is very gendered. It is.
You know, there's gender. There's all the genders.
We're
I might need you to
sexually
clarify that, Sadie. Sorry about that.
Species, largely.
All right, let's see here. Well, wait. She might pop up with another piece. You know what? While we're waiting for that, we actually. Oh, yep. She says
face blindness.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's about the same. It's split evenly across men and women, and it's sprinkled very evenly throughout the population.
Sprinkle. I love it. It's just seasoning, you know.
Yeah.
Bit of this and a bit of that. I love it. So type in additional questions, comments, and things that you have that you would like to pop in here, or just random conversations, because I know y'all do that. But we do have a song from our this is Charming Disaster. It's got a little song. Oh, Susan says that's why your books take place in Oxford, because you've been there. Makes sense. And then we also do have a little is it a sketch? Is it a public service announcement? Is it a scientific study? Well, who can say? So we have a couple things to share. But first, a little music.
Oh, hello, peculiars.
Can't recognize our faces? Well, it's us, Charming Disaster.
And we're here with a song for you. It's called I Know You Know.
Ashtray on the windowsill fills with fallen rain. The morning meets my eyes again. The things we never say when we're wide awake, I hear them echo through the day. Rattle around in my dreams, why don't you, little bird, my turtle dove? You're walking in my sleep like there is something that you need to know. I know, you know, I know. I know, you know, I know. The sleeve your elbow went through, the holes you never patched, your tattered rags and shades of black. Clothes don't make the man, but I love that velvet coat, the ties that fixed around your throat. Rattle around in my dreams, why don't you, dirty dog, you billy goat? You're walking in my sleep like there is something that you need to know. I know, you know, I know. I know, you know, I know. Maybe there's a way to ease my worried head. Prescription filled or fortune read. No doctor, fortune teller could treat me like you do. I go to bed and wait for you. whisper things in secret code. You're walking in my sleep like there is something that you need to know. I know, you know, I know. I know, you know, I know. Every night I close my eyes, I see your face. Do I imagine you, or is it you that waits? Is this a conversation that's so strange and sweet? Or does my memory play tricks on me? Rattle around my dreams, why don't you whisper things in secret code? You dirty dog, my little bird, you billy goat, my turtle dove. You're walking in my sleep like there is something that you need to know. I know, you know, I know. I know, you know, I know. You know, I know, you know. I know, you know, I know.
Yeah, that was so great.
Yes. So Charming Disaster, they are we call them our house band. They're a band in their own right, obviously, but they do a lot of our shows. The other people who do our shows is we have Cord Ravenswood, who is our peculiar in the field, who writes comical songs typically, occasionally too. So if you go back and hear it, Sadie says slow dance. You could do a slow dance to that one, and it was lovely.
I love it. It was like a Theory of Mind song. You know, I know, you know. It was so nice. I love
They
it.
do a lot of sciencey songs. Actually, they've got they do. Like they have the whole album on about Mary Curie, and they've got their stuff is amazing.
I'm very charmed. Where are they based?
New York. They're in New York City, or Brooklyn.
But they
Oh
travel.
my god!
They
I'm
travel. They
trying to
tour.
move.
Travel.
I'm trying to move to Brooklyn Heights. So will you guys be my friend? They're probably still not on live.
They will be your
Not on
friends.
live with
They're
us now, but
amazing.
yeah.
They're
Okay.
amazing.
They've
they're great.
been really rocking us out. I feel like this season. That was the first slow number they've given us.
That was the first one. Yeah, they've been working on some new songs too, and they had to take a break from touring, but they're going to be coming back to touring again. They travel around a lot, including to UK and other places. They stay at my house when they're in Cleveland, and yeah, they played at the Pinch and Squeal. What do I say? Not Pinch and Squeal. What are they?
Yeah, the circus.
The circus. But what is it called?
Whiz Bang.
Whiz Bang Theater. Yeah, in Cleveland, and lots of other places. But they're very, very talented. So many songs. I still think my favorite one is the one about the circus performers that where she kills the tightrope walker. It's great. I love that one. The snake charmer kills the tightrope walker. That's a good one. They actually have a song that is written about me. Well, not about me. I inspired a song. It's called Driving to Idaho. It's about killing someone and putting them in your trunk.
Did you do that?
Not on purpose. No, I didn't.
Not that anyone can prove.
Not that anyone can prove. But that's a good one too. But I did have, there is a little bit of a scientific comedy sketch that we did. So I thought we would do that too. So it's getting about 7:40, and then we can talk a bit longer before it's time for Sadie's quiz.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Today, we are on the cutting edge of discovering something really phenomenal. Are cats able to recognize faces, or do cats suffer from face blindness? We're going to go to 2 different cat subjects to see if they can give us some answers. So, tell us, do you recognize the people in this photo? Hey, where are you going? Okay, Darwin, do you recognize the people in this photo here? Do you recognize them? What do you think? Huh? Is that... Oh, there's birds. Look here, though. Do you recognize the people in the photo? We'll give you another chance, Wallace. Do you recognize the people in this photo, huh? Hi. Yes, good boy. Yes, you're a very good boy. Good boy. But, well, I recognize your bud. Do we recognize Churro? Yes. We have no problem recognizing Churro. That was an easy one? Thank you. Certainly locked onto that one, yes. Do you recognize Churro? Sure. Yes. Yes. We have churro recognition. Yeah. No problem recognizing that one, huh? Further recognition of churro from Darwin. Science, right? Science. Yeah.
Okay, was that you?
That was me. Yeah.
Okay, I literally didn't know that. I was like back and forth about it because I was like, it sounds like her voice, but her hair and face look a little different. Maybe it's her sister. Like I literally, I'm glad to give a live demonstration of what it's like to be face blind because
that is how my hair normally looks. I'm just trying to grow it out, so it's very curly and wild at the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those were two people. That wasn't you. So
you should see me when I'm dressed up like a guy.
I was gonna say, you think I have problems with the twins? I couldn't tell the difference between your two cats. I was like,
yeah, that's
which
true.
one was Wallace? Which one was Darwin?
One of them had like white on his chest. I thought.
That's Wallace. Sarika says, do cats not process photographs? I think they do struggle to process photographs, but they do recognize television. They have no trouble recognizing food.
Dogs. Kenobi watches TV. That's
yeah, Darwin watches.
Do you know what's amazing about cat vision though? You probably already know this, but they see faster than us. Their flicker fusion rate. So like if you were watching an old television, or actually no, I think modern digital televisions like flicker, they see the frames.
Yeah,
frame
just
rate,
like when you film a thing and then it like does that's so crazy. Well, I do know that they love the television. They like to watch Animal Planet. So I know they can see some flat images. However, I think mainly cats can recognize faces, but they're not going to acknowledge that they can recognize faces. They're not going to do what I asked them to do, right? They were very interested. Wallace loves to show you his butt, though. He's very excited that you see the brown eye there.
I tried. The Peculiars got to hear one of my short stories on our VIP night. I tried doing a short story where basically, long story short, switching vision with your dog or switching vision with another animal and like seeing from their perspective. And I remember in the book you said we can only guess, like we can only try to describe because we'll never really know how they see.
Yeah, because it's not only how their eyes do, it's what their brain does too with that information. Sarika says they would notice subliminal messages in films, only they can't read what they think.
You know, though, even though we can't actually like know because they can't tell us if we got it right, I guess you can infer a lot and about like an animal's like world. And I really like putting things in visual, like humans are very visual, even me who's not good at it. And dogs are, very nose focused, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want to really imagine what a dog's world looks like, it would be like a long exposure photograph, I think, because smells linger in a way that light doesn't
that's
linger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Abby here says, I'm sitting two poodles right now. One was very interested in the cat show just now. Like, hey.
This one goes out to all the poodles out there.
That's right. And voices. So you were mentioning smells, and Susan says voices too. She had a cat or a dog that would attack the phone every time a certain person called.
Yeah. Cats have great hearing because they can hear the mice singing in your walls.
Yeah.
Mice sing like canaries. Yeah.
Really?
But they're ultrasonic, so we can't hear them.
Oh,
I think if we could hear their singing, we might not want to kill them as much.
Oh, well, I never want to kill them anyway.
They're doing it all night and you can't.
Or we want maybe more. Maybe we want to kill them more.
When I was growing up, we lived in an underground house. Many of you already know this, but not a nice underground house, kind of like a hole in the ground. And we had a lot of mice all the time because we were in the sublevel, and there was a black snake that lived above ground in the penthouse, and she normally took care of the mice, but we had this one mouse that escaped her and we named it, and so we didn't kill Herbie. We named him Herbie, and Herbie would come out and like he didn't fear us, and I guess our cat just confused that like maybe it was a pet because we didn't like none of us were chasing it, so the cat would be sitting there and the mouse would come out and like we would all watch TV. It was okay until he brought friends, but
yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And that again is because of all the time that early mammals spent hiding from dinosaurs. Like we had a live fast, die young sort of life strategy.
Yep. And there I was living in a hole in the ground as though I was being chased by dinosaurs.
Yeah,
And, I
burrowing.
was just, my mom
Just
was
like-
like, we got to get these mice out of the house. I'm like, this is where they live. Like, we're in their home. This is our fault.
Right.
There's a lot of light happening here. Okay, so I had another unrelated question. No, it is related to the book, but not to mice or dinosaurs. Do you dream?
Oh my gosh, I love this question because yes, but it's so just now I was napping today. I nap every day, and that's a weird me thing. I used to have an inflatable bed in the Washington Post, but it was just like I think it was just like more like a pool thing, and people would come to my office to sleep all the time. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know why I get so tired in the middle of the day, but I was just napping just now. And as I was in that liminal state between wakefulness and sleep, I was seeing stuff like that wasn't there. And I was like, this is it. Sadie, focus on this. And then I would wake myself up and then I'd be like, oh shit, I want to go back to sleep. And so like, I think that I actually had the glimmer of like what it's like to visualize consciously. Now, unconsciously, I can visualize just fine. Like I have these very beautiful dreams that I'm usually underwater because I like to scuba dive, and they're just gorgeous. Like I love seeing the light slanting through the water, the suspended particles in the water, and oh my gosh! And I keep dreaming about salamanders because when they're in water, they just sit in the water column like vertically, like yeah, it's like that, and they're just like this with their little arms out, and then and they're just very still. But then when they swim away from you, when they'd want to get away because you disturbed them, it's all their tail doing all the work. So, but their little legs don't do anything. But they just and it's really cute.
I don't know why I felt like I needed to act that out for you, but
Yeah,
if you were,
I really liked it. Actually,
Randy was just a salamander for a minute.
I can't find a good. I can find a Google image search on these things. I can't find exactly what you're talking about on Google Images here.
I
So
don't
maybe there's
think
just not
normal
the right
people
perspective.
spend a lot of time like snorkeling in muddy ponds, like. But I will send you a video though of exactly this because I love it so much.
That is awesome.
I took it with my phone.
With your underwater? Oh yeah, I guess
yeah, my
some of them
phone's
are.
waterproof, but it's not a great thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it.
I like the
uh,
idea. But
You should probably may or may not want to read one of our peculiar books from a few months ago, Whale Fall, which just got the trailer for the movie just got released.
Oh wow!
yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a scuba diving movie book. Yeah.
That sounds
but
amazing. Because
getting
I
eaten
know
by a
about
whale.
whale falls, but I don't know that book. But I do know whales sleep vertically like that.
They do.
Yeah. Because
No,
why wouldn't they? Why not? Up and down don't mean
well,
anything.
I think the ballast is in their head. I believe they've got the big. Right, sperm whales have the ballast in their.
When you say ballast, I think weight, but maybe you
not
mean
ballast.
maybe you mean
Floaty head.
float.
Spongy floaty head.
Yeah,
Float,
floaty head.
spongy head. Clearly, I am
buoy,
all
a
science
buoy.
here.
Yeah, our sailor ballast is heavy, right?
Right, that's right. That's right, because Mark used to say that when I rode his motorcycle, I was his ballast, which wasn't a very nice thing to say, really.
Well, you were probably helpful keeping it balanced.
I'm sure. But yeah, Daniel Krauss, that's Daniel Krauss's movie that's going to come out, and it is very cool. I saw Daniel, he won the Pulitzer, and I saw him in Pittsburgh, and Sadie said his newest novel is kind of mindfuck. Newest novel, he's got like 2 or 3. You know how he is. He writes like a mad person. But anyway, I saw him and I said, "Oh, congratulations on winning the Pulitzer." And he's like, "I think it's ruining my life."
Why?
Because Daniel likes to write. That's what he wants to do. He wants to write.
Right.
Oh, you're talking about Angel Down. That's not his latest. You're right. I think it's the newest one out. That's the one that won the Pulitzer Prize, Angel Down. It's one sentence that goes on for like 300 pages.
Oh my God.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
I'm not
stream of
reading that. That
consciousness thing.
sounds too challenging.
But anyway, he just loves to write. Like that's what he does. He writes. And now because of this, like he's being sent all these places to do all this stuff and he's having to make all these appearances. And that's not his gig, that's not what he wants to do.
Send
I was
me.
like-
I'll do it. I don't.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, yeah, totally. Like we'll win it for you next time. But yeah. Oh, that's the current one is The Fifth Nick, which is a weird sci-fi space opera type thing that he's got going on. Yeah, I'm writing 2 books simultaneously myself, but even I will never come close to writing the amount of books. Like Daniel Krauss is on Terry Pratchett territory. You know what I mean? Like drop in 5 and 6 novels in a year. I don't know.
She's the bucket head of
Yeah,
novels.
I have to sleep. So,
So
well, it is time.
Well,
It
hang on.
is
Before we get to
time-
the
oh,
quiz,
yeah.
I do have a question for Sadie. So
okay.
you talked a lot in the book about your dad's reaction to things and like him kind of coming around to the like, no, you just were bad at tennis to like, oh my God, maybe this is actually real. I don't think we'd heard as much from your husband of like coming around. So like when he found out, because obviously he knew you, he knew what he was getting into. But like when the science all started to come together, like what was his reaction, or and the other people in your life?
Yeah, Steve, it's fun because I've actually put him on podcast to like answer this question directly. So I know the answer. And actually I think my brother said it best though. He said, we knew something was up with you, but we didn't know what. And like, I think that's still the case. I still don't know the full, like, I don't really know what typical is, you know, but I guess I feel like actually it's again, like what I've learned is there's so many levels of knowing something, like just having the information retrievable is very different from like having it integrated into your worldview and truly believing it. And as a result, I don't believe I'm face blind sometimes. And I was like, I failed to recognize my brother not long ago after I wrote the book. And I was sitting on a stoop in New York waiting for Saul to show up. And a skinny guy who I didn't think was Saul showed up. And I was like, oops, I'm sitting on your stoop. I was probably also feeling guilty and expecting that person to show up. But anyway, and I said to Steve, I was like, oh my God, I'm really face blind. And he's like, yeah.
Well, I think I don't know.
I think I smudged my camera when I put my
you smudged your camera. We're honored to have the full Sadie experience.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it's all about. We all have really weird brains. I mean, we could sit and talk for hours about the weird shit that our brains do, and we could, and I'd love it. But
I do think there are neurotypical people though. Like I'm not maybe
sure.
not like 100
There's
plum.
like 4 of them, maybe.
No. I mean, okay. Well, I think that there's a lot of them if you define it as like within one standard deviation of the mean of, and then if you define that as like all the different dimensions you can measure, like on average, you're still going to have everyone within one standard deviation. So I think those are the neurotypicals. Like, and then the people on the tails tend to cluster on other tails too. Like we're the same people. Right. So anyway, so that's my theory.
But you know, I also think that there's good reasons to have the diversity. And the problem I have is not. I think that there are people in the middle who are neurotypical. I think it's a problem that we just base society around the very narrowest band. We kind of picked a band and went this, and we're like, but what about no, just this? It's kind of like the straight white guy kind of thing. It's like just these when there's all of these other lovely, beautiful colors.
Yeah, totally. And all of us are kind of good at, not all of us, but many of us are pretty good at fitting in, you know, and it's only when you hit the edges of that, you're not able to fit in, you're not able to fake it well enough that you become aware that your inner experience and your perception is totally different than everyone else's.
Yeah. Yeah. There's funny stories and sad stories about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, Davey, take it away, my friend. It is time for the quiz.
For the quiz this month, there are a lot of things I could have quizzed you on in the book. There are so many fun little. I usually pull a thread from your book and we kind of go down that rabbit hole and see where it leads us. Like we could have done a quiz about Japanese pornography, but I decided to. You took so many tests where you like had to look at celebrity faces. And you were constantly being quizzed on remembering these celebrity faces. And I thought maybe we should do a quiz about celebrity faces. So we normally do multiple choice quizzes on the show, but every now and then we bust out the Family Feud style board. Oh. So it's not top 6 answers on the board. It's actually and let me share my screen here. It's the last 6 years of people's sexiest man alive.
Oh,
so that's the quiz this month.
Okay,
can you name and recognize the faces of people's sexiest man alive for the last 6 years?
Okay, this will be fun. I mean, I think my brain does prioritize sexy men, frankly. So
yeah. And you seem to have a lot of pop culture knowledge from the book, so I felt okay. In fact, one of the men on this quiz, you actually talked about the show that he is on. I'll give you that hint right away.
Ooh.
Sadie says it was a missed opportunity not to do the Japanese pornography.
Man, you could go deep and have a whole thesis.
Sorry.
I know that sounded dirty.
Childish mind that Brandy has.
The peculiars will help you out too. So peculiars, if you know who any of the sexiest men alive have been for the last 6 years, go ahead and shout them out. No particular order.
Okay.
We don't have to do like top 6 answers on the board. Just if you have a name, if you think someone has a sexy face, go and shout it out, and we'll see if they were voted sexiest man alive for the last 6 years.
All right.
Maggie was guessing, and she said George Clooney, and I was like,
Wait, don't show me yet. I want to have
it
an
was a long time
head.
ago, Maggie. My wife Maggie. I was like, that's he went into like 96 or something like that. I was like, you're thinking way too far in the past.
She's like, Cary Grant. Wait.
So do you go ahead and shout out guesses, or you can
shout
take
out.
guesses.
Okay, so let's see. There's names. People are shouting out names over here in the chat. I don't know people.
Sadie, you're our final answer. We're depending on you to be our final answer here.
All right,
if I
Sadie.
can think of any sexiest men in the last 6 years, didn't they just start like nominating whole swaths of people? Anyway,
People's been doing this for a long time. Yeah.
I thought that I feel like there's a whole issue with different people on every page, but maybe I made that up. But anyway, okay, there is oh shoot. I'm just going blank. I have no clue. I was like, I think he's muscly. And
We'll go with Lorelai. So Lorelai has a guess there.
Lorelai is guessing Chris Evans. Is Chris Evans up here anywhere?
There's another
Show
Chris.
me Chris
too.
Evans. Yes, 2022.
Chris
Chris
Evans. You're right, there is
Captain
another Chris.
America himself.
Who's the
For a
other
second.
Chris guy?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
Hemsworth. That's
Is he
it.
on there?
No,
Yeah,
he's
that's
not,
what I was
he's not
thinking
on
of.
there. He's not on
he's
there.
not
But
on there.
I will tell you, 4 of these have been in Marvel movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
all right.
One of them is from a TV show you just mentioned, and one of them is a brand new guy that may be up for James Bond. I don't know. People throw his name around.
What?
He's
All right.
British.
All right, no Chris Evans. Oh, so Susan Ballinger's like, I'm out.
I'm out.
Sareka says Matthew Good. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Who's
No, that
Matthew
is
Good?
not one. Jennifer
Marvel
Pierce.
movies? Who's in Marvel
Wow,
movies?
these are hard.
Jason Momoa. He's
Yeah,
muscly.
that's a good one. That's
Is that
a good
your
one.
muscly
Jason
guy?
Momoa,
Yeah.
no, is not on there. Go back
Not
to
on
Jennifer
there.
Pierce. Go back to Jennifer Pierce.
Jennifer, where are you? Paul Rudd.
Oh,
Paul
why?
Rudd. Yes,
No.
2021. It was Paul Rudd. Yeah,
I don't get
The
it.
man
I
is
don't get it.
Of
the man who
Colbert
never
Show.
ages.
He's got a rat face. No offense, but
No, yeah, it's the note. Idris Elba says Ryan.
Idris Elba was not on the list. Maybe from
Not
a few
on the
years ago.
list.
I could look if Idris Elba was ever it.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B.
Let's
Jordan.
go back to the quiz. Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, I
2020.
got one. I'm so proud of
Okay.
myself. I can't even deal.
So I'm really terrible with the whole sexy man thing because I don't find men sexy generally. Ryan Gosling says Skeptic Barian.
Not
Oh,
Ryan
thanks,
Gosling.
not.
No, he's never
Not
won
Ryan
it.
Gosling.
Maggie suggested that one too, but no, he's never won it. Idris Elba was 2018. So a little bit,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I just did the last 6 years.
This is probably wrong, but what about the guy who played Ken and Barbie?
That's Ryan
I think
Gosling.
that was Ryan Gosling.
That's
Oh,
Ryan
oh,
Gosling.
oh.
Yep,
What
yep.
about, okay, then what about the other one?
Jennifer's got a guess here. What was that, Jennifer?
John
Kara-
Krasinski.
Krasinski from The Office, the guy from The Office. Yes,
No.
2024.
I don't know who any of these people are. Susan says the creepy stalker vampire. That one I know. Creepy stalker vampire. Which one's that?
I don't know.
That was
Okay, so I'll tell you. So 2023, you mentioned the show Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, Dr. McSteamy.
What? I can't believe I know this. Not McSteamy,
Oh.
but McDreamy. Yes,
McDreamy.
Dr. McDreamy. Patrick
Oh.
Dempsey, 2023.
I would have voted for Steamy.
And
They have
okay,
nicknames. What are you guys doing to me? I don't know what you're talking about. Any of these people.
the most recent one, if you watch the show Bridgerton, or if you're a fan of the movie
Oh.
Wicked, you might know who this person is.
Oh no, is it that weird little guy?
He might be. He was also in
Which is
Jurassic
fine.
World
I like the
Rebirth.
little guy.
Apparently he's Bridgerton from the show Bridgerton.
Oh,
I don't know. I never watched the show, but all
Well,
right.
clearly the peculiars are like
throwing it out
Bridgerton.
there.
Who the hell's that?
It is Jonathan Bailey. He is the most recent.
Jonathan Bailey. Oh, of course.
Could he be
Oh,
the
of
next
course,
James
that
Bond?
guy.
Could he be the next James Bond? We don't know, but
I don't know.
I figured
Okay,
you
so
had to look at so many celebrity faces that I would show you a few more celebrity faces.
this is hilarious to me. You did get one though, and the
Yeah.
honest to God truth is, I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know a single person in here, and it's partly because I don't watch television. That's probably part of it, but also when people ask me who the sexiest person is alive, I tend to go with women. I'm like, oh, and I can think of women, but I can never think of sexy men. This is a bisexual problem.
Yeah. Was the quiz like kind of gender biased? Because you kept mentioning men's faces. So all those Cambridge tests and things like that, were they gender
Were they
biased?
mostly men?
They were often men, but not always. But I think that there's a lot of new tests though, where they've recreated the Cambridge face memory test with Asian faces, with like
Okay.
Southeast Asian faces. Like there's a lot of new versions. But what is that?
That's my father-in-law sneaking up behind us here. He brought Kenobi back to the house.
Oh, that's a dog leash.
Yeah.
Dog Leash is the last name of one of the detectives that I'm quite fond of. But
Dogly. Kenobi says it's 8:00. It's time for dinner and
Oh,
the end of Peculiar
that's
Book
what he
Club.
wants.
That's
Okay.
what-
Well, this
it's
was
okay, it's okay.
amazing. And I just want to say, first of all, congratulations to any of y'all, and especially like who got like 3? Was it Jennifer? Jennifer got 3. You got 1.
Amazing.
I don't know people. I know no one. But that was awesome. So for you got 1, and that's Kenobi. Hi, Kenobi. And Sadie says hi, dad-in-law as well. So we'll have to pass on hellos there. This has been an amazing treat to have you on here, Sadie. It was an absolute treat and really a privilege to have you on board. I'm so glad that you could make time for us. And thank you to all of you who turned up and asked questions. And Davey for that quiz that makes me realize I don't know TV. I feel like I'm just so behind the times. But
Yeah,
it was wonderful.
The book was so fascinating, and like going on that journey with you of your personal discovery and the science with the personal memoir, like it was so much fun to listen to. And
A++. If you guys haven't read the book, many of you have, obviously, because you've asked questions about it. If you haven't, we have it up on our bookshop.org site. You can obviously get it lots and lots of other places. Buy Sadie's book. Sadie's book is amazing.
and Sadie does the
Sadie's-
audiobook herself.
She does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she
And
brings
Sadie also
to play
Sadie writes
myself.
lots of things that are worth
Did you
reading.
audition?
Also,
Yeah, we talked about that with other authors. Yeah.
so lots and lots of things. So thank you so much for being on, and thanks to all of you for being in a place where, if you're weird, you're family.
Yeah.
You got the blue bottle blues when you wake up in the night. Don't make a big mistake, 'cause you can never make it right. When you reach out for the vial, feel the ridges in the glass. It's a matter of survival, baby, better watch your back. There is no antidote. There is no antidote. There is no antidote. There is no